Hello, YouTube. No. Microphone. Hello, YouTube. It's Bo Brady. Welcome back. So, I usually live stream, and you know what? I don't think I'm gonna need any of this for this video. Alright. I usually live stream, but I am deciding against that, and I probably won't be doing that very much anymore. I deleted some of my past videos because I was indignant. I said some regrettable things, and this gives me an opportunity to censor myself if need be. Sometimes need does be, because you know, I'm only human, and things sometimes things get to me, and then a day later I realize, you know, probably wasn't worth all that. Of course, I'm talking about actually not just one thing, but mainly when I got frustrated over watching a video that failed to even describe why dark energy exists, and it seemed to do, you know, people responded quite well to it, and it had a shitload of views, and every time I've tried to explain not only that, but also the flaw in their reasoning of why it's said to exist, I've felt really I guess angry. But yeah, I realized that was kind of a bad call, and I deleted some other videos too where I said some things that really didn't need to be said, and I apologize for that. And that's why I'm gonna be not live streaming until I can control myself. So I've been going through some like difficult experiences. You know, this human resonance that's rising is ultimately what's gonna be the change that brings about the golden age, the heaven on earth. But it's causing us to address all of our issues, all of our deep-seated things. And what I've noticed was every full moon I was going through what they call purging, and I'm sure everybody else is going through the same thing. We're all on this planet together, and this planet's raising vibration as a whole. Nobody's going to be left behind, but people are going through tough lessons, and I'm no exception. The only difference, there's really no difference, but the reason that I feel I'm in a position to teach is because of my near-death experience. That and the fact that I've been channeling, which I guess that's something that's likely for my blood type, but just because I was born with a certain blood type, and so therefore was more prone to be able to channel, doesn't mean that I am void of the same human flaws everybody else has. If anything, I feel that I've gone through more of a tough and flawed path than most people. So I'm a more flawed individual than most people, and that's kind of what it takes to be able to relate. And so everything happens for a reason. But one thing I'd like to point out is, so my phone, look at the way that it changes screen. It's like it flips. All right, didn't used to do that, but before, what it used to do was it used to look like it was scrolling this way. You know, it wouldn't flip the way it is now. It would go, but even that was a change from what it used to do. It used to just go from side to side. So my microphone is kind of far away from me. This is a Mandela effect. I checked the settings and stuff, and the phone hasn't updated recently. It hasn't updated since last year. So October of last year is when this thing was last updated. I don't even feel the need to prove that to you. It doesn't really matter. If you don't believe me, then you're gonna, even if you don't believe me now, even if I showed you, you'd make up some other excuse for it. So it doesn't really matter. And I know that this is different. This is my phone, something I use every day. But so this is another version, another form that the Mandela effect takes place. Later on today, I'll probably show you, because I've been doing a lot of research in my downtime here. And by my downtime, I mean the time that I haven't been uploading videos. I've been doing research for future videos. So I got a bunch of folders, and so a lot of my I'm trying to regain all of the data that I lost from my last computer. I used to have it made. I used to be able to feel like I could make endless amount of content that would seem fresh because of all of the stuff I had stored on my hard drive. I still have. Actually, I gave the hard drive to a friend. I could get it back, but I'm just re-downloading it all onto this computer instead. But I got a lot of some Mandela effects that I'll probably upload later today. But today, I got a lot of things I'd like to talk about. There's one thing I'm going to talk about, but that's kind of. Let me take a step back. I've been feeling lately like I don't know what to make videos about. I've been feeling really tapped out and just at a loss. Not today. And so yesterday I was like, every time I pray in like a shorthanded kind of way, I look up. I look up and I say, God, do you still love me? Do you forgive me? I'm like, I'm ashamed. Please forgive me and stuff. And so I did that yesterday. It's something I do every once in a while because, like I said, I'm only human. And been going through this purging process that everybody else is going through. And so, and I had this idea in my head. This is the way the channeling happens. That said, in your dreams tonight, you'll get your answer. And I was like, okay. But it didn't wind up being my dreams. That's what I thought it was going to be. But the idea was more like, just go to bed, you'll get your answer. And so I went to sleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night, because I usually leave YouTube playing throughout the night. And usually it winds up defaulting to some sort of it'll just get stuck in a pattern of playing videos about the universe, cosmology. That's my shit. That's why I was able to figure out the dark matter and dark energy things, because I'm really into cosmology. If you haven't noticed, which you probably haven't, I don't really talk about me as much as it seems like I do. So YouTube usually defaults to playing that, so I usually wake up to it playing some episode of Cosmos, a Neil deGrasse Tyson show, or something like that. But this morning it was a bunch of spiritual teachings, and so basically I woke up crying. I woke up crying because the things that were being said in this. It was an audio like interview of somebody. It might have been Alan Watts. I'm actually not sure. I'm gonna go through my history and try to find out who it was because I want to listen to that person. I don't necessarily want to cry, but the guy kept saying really profound things, and I'd like to learn from that teacher. Anyway, but that was, and then this morning I have all this inspiration, and so yes, I'm forgiven and all that. My prayers got answered. Um, anyway, so what I'd like to touch on after that long introduction is the whole Epstein thing. The whole Epstein thing is crucial. If you go through, I don't even know where it posts when I post messages on YouTube, and it says that the message thing is going to get taken down and pretty soon. Anyway, but I did share a couple of videos that I found really interesting yesterday. One was a pretty mainstream type video that was talking about the mud flood. It never said that, but it was talking about the phenomenon. It never said the term mud flood. And the other one was about Epstein, and it was called Keystone, something like, yeah, Keystone, or no, it was called the Epstein situation, I guess, or something like that. But anyway, they were calling Epstein the Keystone, and how he's the piece that links all of the things together, like the NXIVM cult with Keith Rainier, and also the royal family, and and also the fact that Epstein got arrested, and this is all in the news, is big because us QAnon patriots, if you will, have been talking about this for years now, and so it's giving us the credit that we should have had from the beginning, because we did the research. We wouldn't be making YouTube videos about it and everything if we didn't know it was true. Like, some people just have a gift for having intuition and being able to figure out, and most people can't accept the fact that our governments are all run by Satan worshipping pedophiles, but it's true, and now we finally have that vindication, and people are going to start taking us more seriously, and this isn't, it's not a personal thing. Even though, yes, it's validating the stuff that I also said years ago, but no, it's like it's a very broad thing, where I'm excited for all of us being vindicated, and so it's a very positive change, and it happened on July 4th, and QAnon said that'd be a day to remember or whatever. They hyped up July 4th, and that's the weekend or around the time when Epstein got arrested, and that is a huge turning point in what's going on, and the reason it became mainstream. Normally the mainstream would just keep it all hush hush, but they thought that was a way to attack Trump, because Trump and Epstein have there's video footage of them hanging out together, but there's way more evidence of everybody else actually going to Epstein's island, like Nancy Pelosi, the Clintons, all the Hollywood celebrities. That's another thing that Epstein, the NXIVM, the royal family, and Hollywood, it's like they're all going down in flames because of this one guy's arrest, and it's and the mainstream jumped on the story because it was their their clawing attempt to save face or to try to hurt Trump in some way, but they're screwing themselves in the long run. So this is very good news. There is some talk, some buzz about financial collapse imminent, and I'm hearing that from multiple sources, and so that's likely to happen. But it's going to be for the best. So I think I just kind of said a lot there, and I'm gonna end the video here, process a little more, and I'll be back later on.